Lord Adonis, a former Labour politician, was told his comments were grossly offensive after he criticised Britain's decision to leave the EU. Carole Malone, the talkRADIO host, said the peer had been hysterical for his comments surrounding the consequences of Brexit. The presenter was even forced to interrupt the politician as she tried to quiz him over his remarks. She said, "I'm talking about your comments where you said that Brexit could be as bad as appeasement of Hitler's Germany in the 30s. That is hysterical." Getty. BBC News. Lord Adonis was criticised for claiming Brexit is a mistake. Lord Adonis stepped in, insisting that he said that as a mistake for the country. It was on a par with it. He added, "Obviously we are not dealing with the same situation as the 30s, but countries can make very, very big mistakes." Raging, the host tore into the Labour Lord for criticising what the British people voted for in the EU referendum. She said, "You realise that is grossly offensive to the 17.4 million people who voted to leave the EU. You realise that is grossly offensive to the 17.4 million people who voted to leave the EU." Carole Malone. Lord Adonis defended his comments by saying that Britain was a democracy before the host ripped into him once again. "Yes, that's right, and we voted to leave the EU," Malone said. "We voted on one question, Lord Adonis, and it was to leave or to stay. It was to leave, and you seem determined to thwart that." The Labour Lord insisted that he was a complete Democrat, but argued that Britons should be given the final say as the terms if Brexit become clearer. Lord Adonis stood down as chairman of the National Infrastructure Commission last Friday, claiming Mrs May had sided with UKIP and the Tory hard right. Friday, December 8, 2017. Here is the 15-page Brexit deal in full. In his resignation letter, he told the Prime Minister Brexit is a populist and nationalist spasm worthy of Donald Trump. After the narrow referendum vote, a form of associate membership of the EU might have been attempted without rupturing Britain's key trading and political alliances. Instead, by allying with UKIP and the Tory hard right, to wrench Britain out of the key economic and political institutions of modern Europe, you are pursuing a course fraught with danger. Even within Ireland, there are set to be barriers between people and trade. If Brexit happens, taking us back into Europe will become the mission of our children's generation, who will marvel at your acts of destruction.